You're listening to the Boxing Coalition.
And he just broke the guy's heart. The guy had nothing left, and he knew he couldn't last another 4 or 5 rounds.
Ricky Wars just knocks his soul.
What it is, let's get it.
Fuck that, get your test here, nigga. You hear me?
Let's get it.
Go kick his motherfucker.
Get that motherfucker in.
Let's see you do it. Little step back, bang, bang, bang. Little step back, bang, bang.
Bang, 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 bang. Try and stop it. Bang, bang. Here I come. Bang. You want to throw sometime? Bang.
Body shot. Boom, 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 boom. You go to the body. Kill that body. You took his nuts, now you gotta take his heart.
Yeah, take his whole soul away.
Yeah, get out of here, Dale. I'll see you later. Fight some incredible. Get out of here.
He was higher than a motherfucker. I'll tell you, he was stoned as fuck.
No, it's only a majority decision if there was an even score. There's no even score here. You're an official, right? You're an official of the state. Well, then you don't understand how to score.
Oh, my God.
Unbelievable. Well, here on Fuego.
He's ready to be whooped, man. He's ready to be whooped. He's ready to be whooped.
And Alan Foster has stopped it. Wow. That is going to be controversial.
But you really liked to stand toe-to-toe with him in the 12th round, even if you thought you won the fight. It was done. Did you like that? I love you.
Hi. And welcome to the Boxing Coalition. A place to discuss anything boxing. We have a rotating panel of hosts that consist of Kimmo, Ma Alpha, Cam, Daniel Lim and MV Chu. If you want to have your say, call in on Skype, just add Box Coalition, and get involved in the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Boxing Coalition. We have a rotating panel that consists of Mao Alpha, MV Chu, Cam, and Dave the Sinister. I am your host, Black Ski Mask Joe. We're going to go ahead and open the lines.
What's up, Ski Mask?
That's the best intro we've ever had.
Yeah.
Fuck the theme song, we should just get Joe to sing it.
I know, right?
What's happening, boys?
Sound.
We're doing pretty good, man.
Yo, Ski Mask.
Yes.
Provodnikov, Algieri, give us your thoughts.
He's like the thug. Algieri, I got swollen shut. And his Landi Lara hit me in the eye, but, it's a good punch.
You know what? You should have started the show as Peril.
Hey, what about your boy Messi?
Oh, my God.
Good.
La Pulga. But anyways, man, the fucking boxing match, man. Oh, my God. Did you guys see his fucking eye? Even at the post-press conference, he was still fucking bleeding out of that eye. That was crazy.
He looked like Quasimodo.
Yeah, I know, right? He just needed a fucking hunch in his back.
Yeah, man. After the fight, he's going to a church to ring a bell somewhere, man. He's fucking like deformed, man. Man,
so the whole controversy behind this fight what do you guys feel about Algieri outboxing him with light punches compared to Ruslan's heavy, handed fucking punches? Who do you think should have won the fight? I mean, I think Algieri fucking clearly won this shit, man. I don't think it really matters who throws a harder punch or whatever, but Ruslan was getting fucking clearly outboxed.
Yeah. I mean, I was really impressed by Algieri. I've got to eat crow. I picked Provodnikov like a lot of people.
Yeah.
But, you know what, man? After about round 6, Provodnikov didn't really land anything special, I thought. And then his stamina is just non-existent, man. I was really impressed by the way Algieri moves around the ring. It's like he's always moving his head, or he's kind of moving his hands, and the way his footwork is kind of like, he's kind of light on his feet. And but yeah, he's a kind of tall, lanky guy. I thought Provodnikov was just kind of either gassed out or he didn't want to throw because he wasn't throwing.
The funny thing about this fight was every time I seen Ruslan take a hit, get his head rocked back. I mean, even though they were light punches, dude, for some reason, every time I kept on seeing that image, reminded me of fucking Brandon Rios getting mollywopped around by Manny Pacquiao. Do you guys feel the same way?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but that is the case of Provodnikov being against a good boxer like it's Algieri, and Algieri landed, like you were saying, some clean punches. Maybe they didn't carry the power that the punches that Provodnikov was throwing and landing, but still they were very clean, some ones. And I don't know if you could say that Algieri outboxed him, because I always had the feeling that there was some danger in the fight. I thought that it could have been stopped at any point after maybe the 6th round or 7. When the eye of Algieri was shut down, I thought that maybe this is a good opportunity to stop the fight. I mean, I wouldn't entirely disagree. I mean, we were talking with Cam and with you all guys, and we didn't believe that the fight was going to the distance after that first round, and especially after how the Algieri eye was looking.
Oh yeah, man. I honestly, I must eat. I mean,
were you not impressed?
Man, I gotta eat the crow too, man, because I honestly thought that Ruslan was gonna take this fight, man, gonna completely beat him down. I mean, that was done. As far as the eye, I was kind of like, oh shit, this guy's a bum when he knocked him down in the first round. But then after that, when I started seeing Algieri move and stick and move, pot shots here and there and combinations, oh man, I was just like, wow, this guy is actually proving me wrong. But I think Freddie Roach should have done a better job instructing Ruslan by instructing him to go for the body, slow him down.
Yeah,
they were just looking for the straight knockout,
Yeah, I have to agree with Mao a little bit there. I didn't think it was going to go the distance, especially somewhere around the 3rd or 4th round. His eye it was done, completely done. And if Ruslan had pushed, I think that's what Mao was trying to get at, is that if Ruslan had pushed, he could have gotten the fight stopped. But he didn't. He never really pushed. And I mean, to be honest, to me, he looked gassed after the first.
Okay, well, I disagree with 2 points there. One, you said that I was completely done. But how was he still able to land so many shots if his eye was completely done?
Because of his movement. He was keeping... I mean, you got to give this guy some credit. Look, I don't put a lot of stock into Algieri, and in future talkings, it's going to sound like I hate him. But to be honest, he earned this, man. He totally won that belt. There's no dispute whatsoever. All these people who try to say that Ruslan won this fight don't know fucking boxing. And
I agree. I agree with you, Dave.
You know what? The funny thing to me was that everybody after this fight, I mean, they were saying that Bob Arum put it in the contract, whoever wins this fight fights Manny Pacquiao. But I don't really think this guy's ready for Pac. Maybe give us one more fight to prove your worth, like one or two more. I was actually thinking, well, maybe since the Cold War's going to start, and Golden Boy does have Mauricio Herrera, why not a perfect opportunity to put him against Mauricio Herrera?
That's a great fight. But that's like, the worlds would just kind of collide there. Two born as fuck styles. And we're just mesh into just one big fucking bore fest.
One big blancmange of boring.
I don't really enjoy that style usually from Algieri, but he did deserve that. He won comfortably. No debating. I'd barely give Provodnikov a round after the first round.
Yeah, my view is I respect to Algieri. Like, again, we all got to eat crow, because he was excellent. Like, and from what he suffered in the first round, like the knockdown, and I think the second one was more him taking a knee than a knockdown, and his eye closing as well. I think he did excellent, but I also thought Ruslan was very poor. And I don't know if it was a false sense of security, like when he got those 2 knockdowns in the first round, and mentally he kind of checked out and thought, this is easy work. I'll just take my time and maybe take him out in 2-3 more rounds. And obviously when Ruslan saw his eye closing up, he thought, oh, that's a nice target. But he didn't really go after the eye, which surprised me. And he wasn't putting combinations together. His jab was barely there. Whenever he was throwing it, there was no conviction. And he was looking for one punch. And Algieri was always spinning off to the left side. All night long he was spinning off to the left side. And I don't understand why Ruslan wasn't cutting the ring off to the right, so stepping to the right and preventing him to go into his left. So I don't know. I was really disappointed with Ruslan, but respect to Algieri.
I'll tell you why, because I see the bum in him. And nah, I'm not joking. Like, I've been on the Ruslan bandwagon before, but he's limited. He's like a fucking bull chasing a red flag. You know what I mean? He ignores the body, even though he's got a great body punch. And every time he landed like one body punch, just the one, the HBO commentators, which I was watching it on, were going fucking mental. They were like, the body, such a great body attack. If it's such a fucking good body attack, why doesn't he fucking just stay working on the body instead of try to headhunt? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was listening to the in-between rounds, Algieri's corner were telling him, aim for the fucking neck. Aim for the neck. Aim for the collarbone. And I got to thinking, like, why are they telling him to aim for the neck and the collarbone? Does he have a weak collarbone? Do they have a weak neck? I don't know, but probably the reason why is because if you aim for the fucking collarbone, you probably get his face.
That's the thing, because Ruslan dips down quite a lot when he tries to evade punches. He dips down, so maybe that's why they would tell him, because then he'll walk onto the punch.
But surely with a long kind of body like Algieri has, like a kind of lanky body, most of your punches would want to go to the fucking body, but I didn't really see that from Provodnikov, and he just, like Dave said, he looked kind of gassed after a couple of rounds.
You know, the thing that kind of shocked me too about this fight. All right, so we remember watching Ruslan versus Timothy Bradley, and then when he came into the Mike Alvarado fight, we saw like a little bit of improvement from the guy, but this time around, I didn't see any improvement after that Mike Alvarado. Like, I didn't see really combinations. I didn't see no footwork. He's just like rushes forward at you, and like Brandon Rios, they're just like walking punching bags. But this punching bag, well, eventually when he hits you, it's gonna fucking knock you down. You know, if you're not careful.
Yeah, but the thing with Brandon Rios is he's got great skin. I don't mean that in a kind of gay way. I mean, when he gets hit, there's no facial damage whatsoever. He just absorbs punishment. Provodnikov fucking cuts easy as fuck. Surprisingly, he didn't really last night because Algieri, you know, he couldn't break an egg. God love him. But
what kind of lotion you think he puts on that skin, Chew?
Fucking sand lotion.
Vitamin E.
Fucking polishes that thing like a stone. But I don't know, man. Rios is like built to go to war. I don't think Provodnikov has got the stamina, or the fucking skin to do it. He'll just get caught up easy and he'll gas out fucking halfway through a fight.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Algieri's jab as well. Like, if you think about it, that was keeping Ruslan away, and he wasn't giving him opportunities to get closer because that jab was always in his face. But as for Algieri going on from here, like, it's difficult because I think most of the top 140 pounders beat Algieri, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, no one of us was picking Algieri except for Antonio, and he showed us wrong. I mean, the guy showed us that he has the heart. I mean, it's really hard to be down twice against a monster like Provo and gain your confidence back. You know, stay cool, have the mindset of a champion, and trust in your game plan, your fight plan, to get to the later rounds and be able to beat coming from, you know, a super hard situation in the first round. So I think that he has the heart. I don't know if he. Besides, I mean, he has a crazy reach advantage. The guy is super big for the weight division that he's in. So I mean, I think that he will give problems to everybody at the 140. I mean, we saw that Danny had a good fight against Matisse. Matisse looked vulnerable against Molina, who is also a tall guy. But Algieri, I mean, his movement and his reach, it's gonna be a problem for everyone in that division.
Good point.
You're only saying that because he's Argentinian, aren't you, man?
Of course, my boy, man.
Yo, guys, did you hear what Algieri's trainer was saying to him?
When you creep, he doesn't do anything. He just looks for you to let go or grab on. All right, so Chris, creep on him.
There was some creeping going on, but you know, Algieri's next fight, I've got the best. I've got the best intro music for him. Yeah, he needs that music in his life.
Like a fucking creep, like Salido, him and him going hand in hand, man.
Eating up in the alleys with fucking
creep.
dark trench coats.
Oh man, never trust a fucking guy with that style. Like, they're just fucking creeps, man. Safety first, creeps.
Yo, everyone needs a bit of TLC in their life.
You've got to give him credit, man. Like Mouse said, he showed fucking tons of heart, and he's essentially bringing a fucking knife to a gunfight.
Man,
except the knife is quite sharp. Man.
Hey, to be fair though, I mean, I hear you guys keep talking about the power, but I did notice a little something with Algieri, and I think he was so scared of getting caught with something big that he was overextending his punches. He wasn't overcommitting, but he was overextending. Like he was taking a lot of his power off the end of his punches.
With Provodnikov?
No. Algieri was.
All right.
So I feel like he stunted a lot of his power, and you did see him later on the fight. He did land some nice solid shots, and that's when he started popping Provo's head back.
Yeah, I thought they were kind of like arm punches. Yeah.
What do you guys think happens to Provodnikov from here? Do you think they're gonna get the rematch, or where does he go from here? Do you think the now that he doesn't have the belt, Brandon Rios fight probably could be possible, or a Mikey Alvarado rematch, man?
I think he has to have the rematch and kind of beat him to kind of move on. I think if he just goes in a different direction, everyone's going to say, well, you lost to Algieri.
Well, you got to remember that he also said in a post-fight interview, he was like, well, his style is not the type of style that I like, I'm like, well, what the fuck? You're the champion. You're supposed to adapt to any style. It doesn't matter,
Yeah, I'm more interested in see Rios versus Provodnikov than see a rematch between him and Algieri again. But I also read that this was the last fight under Top Rank. I don't know what deal they have with Banner, but I read that this was his last fight. So I don't know, maybe he could move to
Golden
I don't
Boy,
know.
Man.
Yeah,
Golden Boy.
There are some crazy fights there to provoke.
Hell yeah. Fucking, you got Lucas Matisse waiting right there. You have an easy win probably with Lamont Peterson. Danny Garcia's going to move out, so all those other belts are going to be vacant,
Yeah, I mean, I think that the best fights are in the Golden Boy side, but still we don't know what's going to happen with Golden Boy, so it's kind of premature to say that.
Yeah. This is the reason why I say if the Cold War ends, man, Algieri versus Herrera, man, it makes sense. Both of these guys beat Provodnikov. I mean, Herrera got the short end of the stick with the Danny Garcia fight. Why not give him a chance to win the belt? I think he's trying to win a belt he's going to be in the undercard of Canelo, so I mean, we just got to wait and see what happens then,
I agree with Cheeto that I think that's a boring fight. I don't really want to watch that fight, to be honest.
Exactly, Cam. Cam, would you pay a ticket to see that? Joe, would you pay a ticket to see that?
No.
I would.
Would you? You'd be the only one there.
Joe be on his own.
You'd be fucking lonely, man.
Forever lonely like that fucking Shumanov and shit in the corner.
Joe be taking selfies.
I mean,
that could be the
it's not an interesting fight, but arguably Herrera beat Garcias, and Algieri is now champion, so it will be two champions fighting, unifying belts. So it makes sense, but I agree with you. I wouldn't pay for that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to see Manny Pacquiao against Chris Algieri. I just think, and I think Ruslan.
So you don't want to see Algieri at all, man.
No.
He's a fucking creep.
Yeah,
See,
an
honest
Argentinian
with-
hater.
Yeah, only in the football. I like the boxers, man. But see, the thing is, like now, Algieri, he's white, so he'll get some fans.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what the fuck does that mean?
No, he can fight, but
That's where that great skin comes to play, right?
there's an audience for him. No, let's be honest here. He can get a fight with Manny Pacquiao. I never fucking heard of him a month ago. I had, but you know what I mean? And we weren't talking about him. Now all of a sudden he fucking skips ahead of about 5 different guys and he gets a fight with Manny Pacquiao? Why? Why is he getting a fight with Manny Pacquiao? Because he beat fucking Provodnikov?
Because there's nobody else.
Provodnikov.
You know what a bitch move would be? You know how Marquez was stating, "Oh, I don't want to fight Provodnikov because that was my belt that I used to have." Wouldn't it be pretty gay of him if he fights Algieri? Then you just know that he was ducking Ruslan.
The only thing that would give Manny Pacquiao problems is the guy's height. He's quite tricky in reach, yeah. I thought Provodnikov had to kind of leap in a couple times just to kind of touch him. And, that could cause problems. I thought he kind of got countered on the way in a couple times. But apart from that, man, he's not got the power to kind of keep him off him. In my opinion.
Yeah. But anyone else got anything to say about this fight before we move on to the undercard fights?
Nope.
No.
Yo, shout out to Ness's, and I get well soon to Ness's side piece, Heather Hardy. She suffered a bad cut. I think it was from a head clash, so get well soon to her.
I thought you were going to say she got knocked out.
No. I think she won the fight, but it stops.
Yeah, a split decision.
Yeah.
I believe.
I think,
Hey, Heather, if you're in the hospital, baby, I'll take care of you.
Yo, can I just say, just to close on this fight, Jazz in the chat, shout out to Jazz. He said Dwyer has stated that Provodnikov was robbed worse than any robbery he's ever seen in Law and Order SVU. So I just to point out, a lot of people are saying Provodnikov won. I don't understand how you could give that to Provodnikov, like, at all.
Yo, guys, have you got your scorecards?
I had a tie.
I had it 113. But I could have give it either way, I think.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I can see how Provodnikov, for people, could have won the fight just based on his power, and you could see that every time that Algieri had to employ all his resources to keep away Provodnikov and to win the round, but it was a matter of Provodnikov landing a punch to equalize or neutralize all the things that Algieri was doing to win rounds. So I could see how you can make an argument for Provodnikov winning the fight, but at the end it was his fault because he had Algieri down twice in the first round, and he was a guy with only one eye. So it's his fault not winning the fight.
It's Algieri's fault.
It's a mixture.
Why?
It's both.
Yeah, I see. I mean, I'm making a case for Provodnikov. I think that he could have done more, but we can't diminish what Algieri did.
I mean,
Saturday.
there's no way, Chu, you can sit there and say that, the Ruslan that showed up and won that belt from Alvarado, that wasn't the same Ruslan Saturday.
Yeah, well, Dave, we were talking about this. He took Algieri easy a couple of weeks ago. He looked fat. Mm-hmm. He looked very fat at I think it was at the Cotto Martinez fight. And to me, like I mentioned, he looks quite chubby considering he's fighting in a couple of weeks. And he clearly has problems making weight. 140 is probably not so good. There's always a problem when someone moves up for a fight, like he did against Timothy Bradley, and then comes back down. I think that kind of fucks you up.
To correct you though, too, I don't think it was Cotto Martinez. I think he was looking a bit chubby at Marquez and Alvarado.
Yeah, that might have been it, man. But yeah, but still, man, fucking, he looked very chubby.
I just don't think he took it serious. I just thought this is an easy fight. Yeah, and he just didn't take it serious.
Yeah, on the day of the fight, there's actually like a quote in boxing scene, and he says, Algieri's style will cause me no problems. Then after the fight, there's another quote. It's on the same page. Algieri's style caused all sorts of problems. I don't like runners. So he's kind of contradicted himself in like a fucking day.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't like runners, then fucking why fight them then? You know what I mean? Fucking, it's going to be a long career if you don't like runners.
No, you're right.
Most boxers run.
And I think that's why he did so good against Alvarado, because Alvarado was the perfect style for him. He was going to stand there and trade with him. That's why I think he did so well. But
yeah, man.
But like when I take a penalty kick when I'm playing football, I prefer it if there's no goalkeeper.
It makes it easy, right?
Then I can fucking score a top.
And then you still miss.
He'll hit the post and shit, just like the opposite way.
Yo, guys,
Life doesn't work that.
Guys, we got a caller on the line.
I'm so happy, Ari. You've made me very happy. I hope you're happy too. Do I look happy?
Yo, Ari, gold.
What's up?
What's happening, bro?
What's up, man?
What's up? I'm good, man.
Yo, break down Ruslan and Algieri.
Mr. Giggles.
I don't know if I can break it down. I fell asleep in like round 4.
So
I rewatched it though. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie. First time I watched it, I thought Provodnikov won. But maybe that's HBO, because obviously with HBO, I think they might have brainwashed me a bit with their commentary and with the scorecard. You know how they do it.
Yeah,
that actually does play with your mind. You know?
No, it does, because you contradict yourself.
It really does.
You think, I think Algieri doing well, and then you hear like Kellerman or Lampley, and you think, well, they've gone for Provodnikov, and they know what they're talking about, so you kind of jump to their side. But I honestly think it is best watching it with no sound, but then you don't enjoy the atmosphere without listening to it with no sound.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, they're like fucking good hypnotists and shit.
Yeah.
They're fucking slowly brainwashing you. Provodnikov won the fight. Provodnikov won the fight.
Andre Ward was the only one that was kind of saying, no, he thinks Algieri won. Like Lampley and Kellerman were more on Provodnikov's, and the other guy who's at ringside that they show his scorecard, he had it wide. I think he had like 117, 109 or something like that.
Yeah, they sound crazy like that. But one of them rare times, Sky commentary was great, man. With Paulie, they actually had decent chemistry this time, other than it was kind of terrible with Fox Groves. They wouldn't really let him talk. But this time he was getting his words in.
Yeah, I thought that. I thought this time Jim Watt and Paulie were like, there was a bit, like you said, bit better chemistry, and they're getting on a bit better than the Frotch Groves fight.
Wait, they commentated the Ruslan fight?
Yeah, because Brian Rose was on the undercard. Sky picked up this fight because Brian Rose is signed to Eddie Hearn. So the commentary team was Nick Halling, Jim Watt, and Paulie Malignaggi. So it was nice to have Paulie in there because he kind of puts a different view on it. Because sometimes Halling or Watt can get very biased, so it's nice to have someone independent.
Wow, man, that's amazing. I can't believe that Paulie was on that, commentating a HBO fight, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kitty.
No, but, Ari,
So, Ari, you were giving us your break on the fight.
I don't know, man. Provodnikov, like, I don't know if I can't say he didn't take it seriously, I don't know, but they did seem to be looking ahead a lot, but he just gassed out, and then he had no adjustments. Like what's his name? Abreu. He done Algieri, sorry. He done great. Like it's a small ring as well. Like, did you realize the ring was very small?
Yeah.
And he still was able to always move, always to keep going, keep Provodnikov off him somehow. Because with a small ring like that, you would think Provodnikov would be able to eat him up, but he kept moving, kept doing great with the boxing, and she just very surprised. Obviously, before the fight, I didn't really know a lot about him, so I thought it was just an easy showcase for Provodnikov, like an easy be done inside 6 rounds. And then you see the first round, you think, oh yeah, it's definitely over soon, maybe even earlier than I thought. But somehow he just kept going, great heart, kept pushing on, and just somehow got the decision. Well, not got the decision, but somehow got to the end of the fight, and he wins the fight. So it's great. It's great by him, and I'd love to see him again.
Yo, you know what? You know what I found kind of interesting too. I'm gonna comment something real quick. From the chat, Marcus from the chat said, you know, that the ring felt so small. You know, did you guys even felt that? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I thought it was small. I think it was. I don't know if it was HBO. Sky was saying that it was either 20 or 18 feet. So.
Yeah. What was saying that he was in the ring and he thought that it was really small.
Yeah, wouldn't you think that would play into Provodnikov's favor to like cut him off faster and make it more to a slugfest?
That's what I think it was the intention, because I think because obviously it's banner promotion, so they want Ruslan to do well and have an impressive fight, because obviously it reflects well on them. So maybe it was them that requested the small ring.
See a small ring, he's a kickboxer. And that's got nothing to do with ring size, so why the fuck did I just say that? I don't know. Don't even know. Fuck it. I honestly think like ring sizes, it doesn't really matter.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I might be. I mean, maybe it's changed, but back when I used to kind of watch all that different mixed martial arts and kickboxing and stuff, I do remember watching some stuff where there were no ropes. You know what I mean? So maybe, you know, you have to get used to using a small space because there isn't some kind of barrier to prevent you from going outside a bigger area. So maybe the karate could help, or the kickboxing rather.
So Daniel Lim's in the chat. He's saying ring size. I think that's what you meant, Dan. Your grammar king. Ringside doesn't matter. Are you serious, Chew?
And Chew, who's Daniel Lim? I don't know any Daniel Lim.
He's Hostler Dwyer in the chat. Sorry for rumbling you, Dan. Listen, I think it kind of matters to an extent, but in fact, I don't even know what the fucking lateral movement. They're going around in circles. You know what I mean? I honestly don't think it's a big deal, and it wasn't a big deal. If it was a big deal, then fucking Ruslan would have had him on the ropes the whole fight, but he didn't. All Algieri was doing was circling the whole fight, and Ruslan couldn't trap him. Maybe that's because of ring size, or maybe that's just because his footwork was shit.
Nah, but there was moments in the fight, man. There was a lot of moments in the fight that fucking Algieri was like right in the corner, in between like the ropes, kinda, and Ruslan still didn't do anything. Like, I was like, what the fuck, man? All he has to do is just cut the ring off a little bit, and then just go for the body. But Ruslan was so busy looking for the fucking head, going for that swollen eye. Like, come on, where the fuck was the body work? He could have slowed him down a lot, especially by the way he punches, drastically. But none of that happened. That I think at fault here is fucking Freddie Roach, man. He should have gave him a better game plan, or either that, or probably the fucking Russian translator was giving him bad instructions.
But I think Ruslan probably works better with Marvin, so maybe when Freddie's at the helm, he doesn't work as well with him, because I think Marvin was in his corner when he beat Alvarado, so maybe they got a better relationship.
Yeah, I agree. I was actually listening to them in between rounds, and I thought they need a translator to communicate and I wonder if something gets lost in translation.
Yeah, good.
What he was saying to him was quite fucking simple, but you know what I mean? It's not the same as fucking having someone that you know thought to you was Freddie Roach just a part-time trainer on Provodnikov, and there's no connection there. There's probably even less a connection with a trainer. Maybe the little kind of Filipino guy's got some kind of connection.
Marvin, yeah.
Marvin.
Lim's best friend. But guys, we got Roos on the line. Roos!
Yo, what's happening?
What's happening, Roos, man? Provodnikov and Algieri, man. Break it down.
Oh, man. It was a bit of a bittersweet for me. Algieri, obviously, the underdog, you know, the whole backstory of him picking up boxing late, you know, coming from a different discipline background and all that, and actually being able to accomplish what he did. On the other hand, obviously, I had Provodnikov to win, so I got him a crow on that.
What's the sound bites?
He doesn't need the sound bites. If you really want to eat it, go ahead, but...
You've been slow the sound bites, Cam.
No, I was in the chat.
Yeah, I was setting him up for the 1-2, but he didn't quite get it, but it's all good. Yeah, so I had Provodnikov to win, but obviously that didn't happen. It was a bit like when Amir Khan was fighting Collazo. Collazo was just there trying to look tough. You see Provodnikov is like, he was getting catch with some shots in the head, and he's like, he was smiling at him, and he's still like hunting him down. He's not cutting the ring, trying to show how macho he is, like, you're not hurting me, but the guy just kept accumulating points. And
but come on, let's be kind of frank here. This at least fucking Algieri wasn't clenching up Provodnikov, man. He wasn't holding him down, you know.
No, I mean like in regards how Ruslan, how he was hunting for no reason. He was hunting like Collazo was hunting.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah. And, you know, just people like, they're trying to show their toughness. It's like, it's not about how tough you are, you know, it's, you know, how smart are you? Can you take out the guy so quickly? You know, and that kind of was a bit disappointing just watching him just doing that round after round after round after round. Okay, yes, you caught him with a few good shots, but, you know, he was catching you with 3 or 4 shots back. So, you know, you can't say that, you know, just because you landed better shots, you should win the fight. You know, the guy threw more than you, outlanded you. You know, you lost the fight. You know, you had a bad game plan. You know, you kept doing the same thing over and over, round after round after round. So, yeah, it was a bit of bittersweet for me. Like, I was 50-50. I wanted Ruslan to win. And at the same time, you know, the way the outcome came, it's like, you know what, I don't mind, you know, seeing the underdog come through. But, yeah, that was my take on it.
Nice one, Roos. I think we've all kind of covered our points. I think we need to move on because some people are going to leave early to watch football. So let's quickly cover Brian Rose versus Andrade. Ari, I know you got a rant about this, so go ahead.
It's just, Hearn needs to stop this shit, man. Simple as he's cutting corners with guys that he doesn't really want to invest in, because Rose is barely Euro level, and we all saw it coming. Well, anyone who's seen Rose before, because he didn't even beat Maciel. He got a dodgy decision versus Maciel, and then he just got embarrassing. It was embarrassing watching it, to be honest.
Yo, Ari, regarding that, did you see the HBO feed for?
Yeah, I did.
Did you hear what Lampley said though when he spoke to Maciel last week? And he said
Maciel said that he lost, but I don't know why Maciel said that.
Yeah, I was quite shocked that he said that. He admitted that he lost to Rose. That was quite surprising.
Yeah.
But sorry.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I watched it on HBO. I didn't want to listen to Watt and them try and big up Rose for the whole fight. But yeah, man, it's just, I don't know, man. Andrade looked great though. I like Andrade, man. I think he's legit. I want to see him versus one of the Charlos. Yeah. I think he'll beat them, and I don't really like the Charlos. So I want to see him beat the Charlos, get a name for himself, and try and see if he can make a lot of noise at 154. Then hopefully he tries to get over to Showtime. I don't think he's got an exclusive deal with HBO, so he should be able to fight out Showtime guys. So I want to see that next, man, because I like him, man. He's good, man. Nice southpaw, very fast, great footwork. Some of the shots he throws is quite unorthodox, but he's still good, man. I like him, man.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Andrade and really unimpressed with Rose. Rose came in there and he was just like befuddled. He didn't know what to do. He just had a high guard and had the earmuffs on, as Teddy Atlas would say, and he wasn't throwing anything back at all. The knockdown in the first round was beautiful. The second one, I thought there was a bit of a push involved, but it was still
yeah.
legit.
But I don't know, because he caught him on the temple. So
yeah, he caught him on the temple, but Rose was stepping in as he came in, and then he kind of like shoved him to the ground. But it was still okay. Like, it's not as though it was a close fight or something. So, but yeah, I was really impressed with Andrade. Only one thing I'd say about Andrade maybe is his stance is a bit too wide, and he gives up his height a bit. But apart from that, I was really impressed.
I think he just had no respect for Rose, man.
Andrade's a pretty good boxer, but the one thing is that I noticed that he did get caught with one good punch that kind of made his eye a little reddish.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, Rose, I don't know. I remember before the fight, I remember watching an interview. He had like a psychiatrist. What the fuck did she had a fractious psychiatrist or something? What the fuck?
No, I don't think he's got this person anymore. But I think it was because someone he fought nearly died, and I think it affected him like quite a lot. Because after that, he fought a journeyman after that, and he actually got knocked out. So I think it affected him, and he nearly retired. But he got a psychiatrist, and he turned it around.
Yeah, but Lewis, what did you think of the fight? Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of it, man. I won't lie. I've got it downloaded and shit. I watched the knockdown, and then I kind of skipped my way through it. I thought, from what I've seen, I thought I've called him Android in the past, so I need to make an apology right now because he didn't look robotic. He looked good. He looks smooth, man, and you know, he's a problem. Like, I thought the way he kind of puts his punches together is nice.
He got a 2.0 upgrade.
This is version 2. But the way he kind of crouches and shit, he doesn't really use his height well.
Yeah.
We have the technology. We could rebuild him.
For version 3. Nah, but I'll be honest with you, I don't want to give too much opinion on it for a fight I didn't really watch.
Dave the Sinister.
Yeah, I'm not as high on Andrade and however you pronounce his name. Andre, but I do give him his respect. He is very talented. He's got a lot of skills, but I see a lot of flaws in him. You know what I mean? And I just feel like he can blow out all these other guys, all these no names, but I mean, once he starts getting to the top and he starts facing like the Canelos of the 154, I think he might struggle a little bit. If he doesn't work on that stuff, man, he's may not pull it out.
Dave, I've got a question for you. If Kell Brook moved up to 154, you got Kell Brook or Andrade?
I think I'd go with Andrade.
I think that'd be a good fight, though. Like,
yeah,
that would be.
No, man, Andrade would destroy him, man.
Yeah, I think Andrade as well.
He's very tall, man. Oh, that'd be fucking tough.
Yeah, but I mean,
Kell Brook never fought at 154, so
yeah, but
why would you pick him?
Because he's fought catch weight's like 152 miles, so it's almost there.
Andrade is he's got kind of poor balance. He keeps wide stance, and he got put down by Vanis. And I mean, not to sell Vanis any short, but I mean, he ain't packing no massive power.
He isn't packing any massive.
No, but Dave, he's physically big. Vanis. Like the fucking 154s that he's fighting, that Andrade's fighting, they're fucking quite big. Like Vanis is big. This Rose guy was big. Whereas Canelo, who's the biggest guy he's fought? Angulo?
Trout?
Yes.
Trout.
No, I think Angulo is bigger.
You know what I mean? They're physically strong. Whereas I think Andrade's really a middleweight who somehow fucking makes 154. You know what I mean? Whereas I think they say Canelo's going to do the same, but as soon as Canelo goes up to middleweight, he'll be fucking dwarfed by most. Whereas I think Andrade would be kind of comfortable in terms of his height and reach in middleweight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think there's two different kind of sizes and shit. I'm not talking necessarily about weight, I'm talking about height and reach. And I think height and reach, I think Canelo would have big problems with Andrade.
I mean, we really haven't seen anything from Andrade because he hasn't fought a lead opposition, or he hasn't fought against any big name. We only saw him against Vanes, and like Dave was saying, I think that he has a point because his time is so wide. Cam, you were saying that too, and I think that he can be timed because his punches travel so much. The distance is they had to travel is so much that he can be timed, and we saw that Vanes timed him in that first round and he dropped him. I mean, Andrade didn't look hurt, but at the end of the day, Vanes caught him really good. But still, there's a lot of new young guys in that division, and Charlo, we haven't seen anything from him. He recently fought against Ora, and he didn't look good at all in that fight. So I think that it's a matter of matching these guys against each other. Even with Lara, I mean, I think that Andrade I'm really high on him. I think that he's the best, but he still hasn't faced the top opposition in that division.
Yeah, I agree. I think who do you think would beat who do you think would win out of Lara and Andrade?
I mean, for all the videos that's Ness from the Boxing Boy has uploaded, Andrade has been calling Lara from long time ago. So I think that it's a fight that he wants. I mean, nobody wants Lara, but I mean, he's been calling Lara out, and so I would pick Lara now.
Me too.
Because I haven't seen enough of Andrade. I haven't seen him, in a tough situation. So
and Lara's fought better opposition as well so far.
Yeah, I mean, Andrade looked better against Vanes, but Lara just fought everybody. So I will have to go with Lara, but I need to see more from Andrade. But for what I've seen, he's one of the best in his division. I mean, he only needs to fight more people, and he's fighting. I think he's fighting often, so that's a good thing to gain experience, gain round.
Yeah, Bruce, did you catch this?
Yeah, I caught that, man. It pretty much kind of went how I expected. Just a little bit, just to fill you guys in a little bit with Brian Rose. So, like around 2012, where my cousin was still a light middle, so he was ranked. Brian Rose was ranked number 1, then Liam Smith was ranked number 2, and then my cousin was number 3. And at that time, he had just lost the journeyman that Ari told you that he lost to. I think it was Maxwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think 6 months after that, my cousin fought Maxwell and he beat him. I know. So he kept calling Rose out. But obviously Rose, that time he was kind of start the 2-year campaign to get to this fight that we just seen on Saturday. So he wasn't really looking to fight guys who are lesser than him, who potential, who could beat him. So he had to fight Liam Smith, but then he ended up losing to Liam Smith. So it was kind of, watching that journey of Brian Rose, being, kind of being prepared for this fight with Andrade, which I kind of knew he was going to lose anyway. I was like, look, if this guy ever goes to world level with that style, the way he fights, he's got no chance. It's pretty similar to Lee Purdy. He just
levels apart.
Hide. Yeah, just hide and just come forward. He just, I don't know. He just, hide in their shell. So,
Ari, sorry, Ari Andrews, since Ari brought up earlier, but I want to ask you as well, Bruce.
Yeah.
Ari brought up that he didn't like Eddie Hearn. You know, Eddie Hearn needs to stop this shit, getting his fighters all these fights on HBO, but isn't that a good thing? Like,
no, wait. I'm not saying that it's not good to have them on HBO, but I'm saying guys like Rose, Purdy, them kind of ones where it's just a showcase for the American. It's just pointless. Like, he knew Rose didn't have a chance. Like, why did Rose skip Euro? He could have went for the Euro belt. He knew he had no chance in this fight. All it was a nice payday for him. That was it. It was a cash out. That's all it was.
But it's like, you know, what's his name? Purdy was. This is how it was. So Purdy was supposed to be going for the European, right? And then Brian Rose, he was kind of being prepared to go for the world titles. Then Liam Smith, even though he's with Warren, they were like looking at him to get the Commonwealth, right? So, you know, at that time, McCarthy was the number 4. So he was like, look, okay, who do I go for? Well, this Brian Rose, we kind of put a lot of money behind him. We want him to go there and try this, and this guy after him this, and this guy after him this. So that's how it was. In terms of Eddie, you know, I understand their business acumen. I might sound biased, obviously, because, you know, my cousin is under him. But in terms of him giving a chance to people who can do it or they might not do it, there's no one else in UK giving these boxers a chance. Whether they're good or not, that's another debate. But, you know, they all deserve a chance somehow. But it's up to the boxers to step their game up when they're given a chance and, you know, take the opportunity.
No, I see what you're saying, Reese, but isn't that argument for... Let me play devil's advocate. I haven't said that for a while. Is there not a situation where these guys need to be put in with the competition to kind of help get them ready for facing guys like Andrade? Because there used to be that European benchmark. Like, if you could pick up the European strap and you can fight guys from Eastern Europe, tough guys from Eastern Europe that can take a punch. If you can beat those guys, then you're ready for world level. But it almost seems now where Hearn tries to get his guys from British level straight to world, and there's too much of a gap in between.
No, but when you check it, you know, before that, you know, that was not possible. You know, for now, because it's possible, if you're a fighter, you know, really in UK, you want to be, you know, under Eddie Hearn, whether you're good or not, right? Because why? There is that opportunity that he might give you, even though you might not be ready. But, you know, we all know how fighters are. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm 100%. I'm ready for this, da-da-da-da-da-da. So, you know, we can't really blame him. If the fighters are coming to him and are demanding that, hey, and he's got the means and the powers to do it, we can't really fault him for that.
Yeah, it works for 2 reasons. One, the Golden Boy HBO thing, you know, HBO need opposition for these guys, so they've obviously made some kind of deal with Eddie Hearn where Eddie Hearn provides fighters or some shit.
Right.
You know, it's a kind of open secret.
Yes.
So, but it's never the best fighters that Eddie Hearn's got. It's always these guys who are going to be cannon fodder.
But it's like, okay, with that too, it's like, you know, who are the best fighters that Eddie Hearn can have from UK?
Cal Froch would probably be one, but, you know, Cal Froch has been on HBO a couple of times, but he won't go over there, for example, again, now that he's a big star. But if he did, he would go fight Andre Ward again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I don't think it's about getting on HBO for Cal Froch. He's done that. For a guy like Brian Rose or Lee Purdy, if he finished his career tomorrow, he could say to his friends, or he could say to his family, hey man, I fought on HBO, I fought in America. It's something glamorous to tell the fucking grandkids, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a story to tell, even if they go just to get overmatched and fucking knocked out in 4 rounds or whatnot.
Nah, that's a bit embarrassing though. They say, oh, how did you get on, Grandad? I got fucked up, sir.
But you know what, okay, let me ask you, you guys, you've seen Ian Napa, right?
Yep.
Right. Like, what
the little guy.
Yeah. What do you think of his style of fighting? Like, is it British or is it more continental? Like,
I don't think I've seen him, so I can't comment.
Was he like a featherweight?
Yes.
I think it's slick. It's slick, right? He can't punch much.
Right. So the guy, my cousin's coach, is his coach, and what he's normally saying to me is how the British fighters are being trained by the British coaches, right? That's why we don't see that level. Yeah. So you kind of look around all UK and you kind of see they've got kind of like a monotone one style of fighting. So we don't see that variety, like, okay, this one's this different to this one, so when they do get to that world level, they always find that opposition that's, slightly level above them.
That's a good point, Rose, because you look at other sports, there's a whole bunch of coaches and shit. They've never played that sport before, and yet they come in and they fucking, like, for example, with soccer, football, Jose Mourinho. I wonder how much experience Cal Frampton's trainer's got, because he never made it to the top level as a boxer, but Cal Frampton has got a kind of unique style. Adam Booth.
There you go.
Fucking don't think box much, if at all. So I think the door's open for like a coach who's never boxed before.
Yeah.
To do well, but it's like an old pals act, you know what I mean? It's like you need to know someone in the boxing game. If you've never boxed before, they fucking look their nose down at you, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, guys, Bruce, we'll come back to this, but time's running short because Chew's got to go in 2 minutes. So, Chew, just give quickly your thoughts on Sean Monahan's fight against was it Meraki?
Yeah, Meraki. Yeah, I was impressed. I know I've said that about Sean Monahan that I see the bum in him, which was a bit harsh, but I was really talking in regards to his opposition rather than him himself, because, whether he was good or bad against bums, it's against bums. So he got a kind of half-decent opponent in Elver Meraki, and I was impressed. His combinations were nice. He's got decent power. When I've seen him previously, I thought he kind of looked a bit weight-wise, physique-wise, he looked a bit loose. But he looks like a light heavyweight now, and he packs a punch. Elver Meraki's tough. He's hardly ever been stopped. But the thing is, like, after the knockdown in the 4th round, it was a really nice knockdown. He kind of ducked down and he caught him with the overhand right. He stopped going to the body. He started headhunting. And I thought that was a mistake, because I thought if he kept going to the body, he could have maybe stopped Meraki. But he kind of stopped, and they kind of gassed at the end, Monahan. For whatever reason, maybe he just didn't pace himself or whatnot. So
that cut as well. I think that cut factored in badly as well.
Yeah, the next round. Yeah, it was only in the last round, Cam.
I think it was.
I thought the steam in his punches just after like the halfway point just kind of went down, not drastically, but he was tired. And fair play to him, man. He's got a really fan friendly style. I can see why he's popular.
Yeah, and Chew, because you got to go. So we got a card on Saturday. The Showtime card is pretty packed card. Got Gary Russell Jr., Lomachenko. Who you got?
I've got Lomachenko. I've been saying for ages, man. I think Gary Russell's got fast hands, but I don't know what else he's got. Has he got a chin? Does he have stamina? So many other intangibles that we don't know, because he's not fought anybody of note. Whereas I've only seen Lomachenko once, a couple of times in amateurs, but in that 1 or 2 professional fights I've seen, he's fought better opposition than Gary Russell has in about 30 odd fights. So, I'm picking Lomachenko, and I think he stops him late.
Okay.
I think it'll be a war, to be honest, but I think Gary Russell will give a good account of himself, and he'll prove to be tougher than what people think he is, but I do think Lomachenko stops him late.
Okay, and we got the return of Robert the Ghost Guerrero against Yoshiryo Kamagai. I don't even know who that guy is, to be honest. So, Nota, where are you, Nota? We need Nota. But I guess you're going for Guerrero, Chew.
I mean, it's the Ghost against the Invisible Man. I've never heard of this guy either. So.
And we also
got... go with the Guerrero, the Ghost.
Okay. We also got Devin Alexander versus Soto Karass.
Ooh, man, that was gonna be good.
I'll go with Soto Karass.
Really?
Wow.
I'm quite surprised about that. I'm going for Devon, but we got the return of Chad Dawson as well against George Blades. I guess this is like a tune-up fight, so I guess you're going to go for Dawson. But in Monte Carlo, in Monte Carlo, we got the return of Martin Murray against.
Fucking hell! How many fights are on this weekend, man?
It's a pretty.
He wants to leave.
No. I'll give him Martin Murray. Who's he fighting?
Max what was his name? Burlesque. What was his name? Is Bursak.
Fucking hell. I've got to go with Martin Murray. Looked like shit last time. But I've got to go with Martin Murray because once again I've never heard of the guy. If I've never heard of you, I'm going to pick against you.
Yeah, that's my technique. Like if you're not come to my attention by now, I'm going for the other guy.
I mean, as a rule, sometimes that fucking backfires, but I mean that's right 80% of the time.
Yeah,
like,
true.
If I've never heard of you, then fuck it, you've no chance.
That's it, true, man. You can go now. You can go on your date.
USA.
Yo, thanks to you, yeah? You have a good night, yeah?
You see. Da, 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 da. No one knows it was that, but fuck it. On the USA, come on. Ghana. No
Alright,
chance. Bye.
Yo, thanks a lot, Chew, yeah?
Yeah, catch
Right, Joe.
Alright, take it easy. Yo, Dave, you saw Sean Monahan versus, what was his name? Was Muraki?
Yeah, it was a pretty good fight. It was really entertaining to watch, actually. And, you know, it's funny because I'm so critical of everybody, but for some reason I really like Sean Monahan. Really like him. He does a lot of great work. Never stops throwing.
Yeah, I was impressed with him as well. Like, not just because, shout out to Kevin Horn, who calls in a lot. He's in the chat as well. He's his childhood friend, and he's always talking about him. For good reason, because he's a decent boxer. But I think like the first 5 rounds, they were easy work. But Muraki, from his record now, he's kind of like well past his prime. But end of the day, Sean can only work the guy who's put in front of him, and he did a good job of it. He dropped him at the end of the 4th, I think. He only, in my eyes, maybe struggled in the 11th and the 12th when he had that bad cut from a head clash. But apart from that, it was kind of easy work for Sean. And I love his left hook to the body, and his straight right to the head was a nice shot as well. So I was impressed. But
yeah, and I mean, you also, I mean, look at that knockdown though. I mean, that was kind of awkward. You don't see that very often. He countered over Buddy's right with his own right.
Yeah, it was very even. Paulie mentioned it. It's like the way he ducked under and then came over with the overhand right. Beautiful shot. But yeah, I enjoyed that fight. That was probably the best fight on the card because it was a bit entertaining. Like, I was disappointed with the Ruslan fight, but yo, Russo, Ski Mask, did you guys catch this?
Yeah, I caught it. I caught it up to round 8, I believe. Yeah, it was a good fight. Monahan, it kind of is, you know, when he's exchanging, what I notice is like, you know, he's very flat-footed when he's exchanging.
Yeah.
And, yeah, he's, you know, and he tries to, you know, bob and weave, but it's like only his neck is moving and his body is just, you know, kind of stationary. But I liked, you know, his work rate and, you know, his combinations, and so yeah, he just, if he fix up, yeah, he could move up.
I know what you were saying about his head movement though, because it almost looked like in the back of his mind he can hear his trainer saying, "You need to move your head," but he was only doing the head movement when he was like out the pocket. Whenever he was in the pocket, he didn't have any head movement at all. So he definitely needs to work on that. But I was impressed.
Mm-hmm.
But anyone else want to say anything about this before? I guess we move on to next week's fights because there's not much to talk about. Like, that was the only card we had on. There was no black hole to talk about because there was no UK card. So shall we move on to Saturday's fights?
Sure.
All right, Mal. Who have you got for Lomachenko and Gary Russell?
Gary Russell. I mean, tough fight. I like Lomachenko. I was on his bandwagon, and I was disappointed in his loss against Salido, but he showed us that he belongs to that level. Even the people who pick wrong, like me, and shout out to Host Slayer, I think that when you take a little bit of distance and you see that fight, and being Lomachenko's second professional fight, he did pretty good. Obviously, he struggled with the dirty tactics that Salido employed, but I think that Gary Russell has a style that will fit better with Lomachenko. I think that Lomachenko will feel more in his game, more comfortable against Gary Russell. And I think that he's faster. I think that I don't know if he's the better boxer, but I believe that he has more experience. While I think that fight against Salido, it's more worthy of experience than all the previous fight that Gary Russell had, because he hasn't faced anybody, basically.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Mal, because even towards the end of the Lomachenko fight against Salido, he was kind of coming back, and that's against a world-class opposition who's been there at the highest level. Like, Gary Russell's not really fought anyone. Like, there was that joke about he's fighting TBA, you know?
TBAs, yeah.
So, I've got Lomo as well, but Ski Mask, what's your thoughts on this fight?
I don't know, man. Gary Russell. I think Gary Russell should win, man. I don't know. Lomachenko's still green, man. He just came off that loss with Salido. Even though he hanged out for the 12 rounds, but I don't know, man. To me, he's still unproven. Gary Russell at least has a couple of wins under his belt.
Yeah, but like Lomo's got that excellent amateur pedigree, and I think with Salido, he was fighting someone that you don't really find in the amateurs. You don't find guys with that style, where Gary Russell's style is more suited to amateurs. So I think Lomachenko will be more comfortable against Gary Russell. So, Dave, what do you think of this fight?
Actually, I have to favor Loma's activity over Gary Russell. You know, Gary Russell can counter, but I just, what's he going to do? It's going to be like the same thing with Algieri here, You
think the same thing's going to happen?
Well, no, not the same thing. I just feel like it's going to be another one of these cases where Gary Russell just ends up getting outworked.
Yeah, I kind of agree, because Lomo has that excellent pedigree, man. Like 2 gold medals and almost 400 amateur fights, I think it is. So, Ari, what's your thoughts?
He's not there.
Ari's fell asleep watching football. Yo, Roos, what's your thoughts?
Ooh, I'm leaning towards Lomachenko. I think he's gonna come right from the last fight, and yeah, I'm leaning towards him. So yeah, Lomachenko for me.
Cool. Ari's woke up from his little nap. Ari, who you got?
This is a tough pick, but I don't know, man. I want to go with Gary. I want to go with Russell. I don't know why. I don't know. Like, I know about Lomachenko's history. I know he's a great amateur. They say he's the greatest, but I don't know about that. But I don't know, man. He did good in the Salido fight, but obviously I don't like that they're rushing him. They're rushing him too fast. Like, so I want to go with Russell, but I don't know, man. It's a close fight. Like we don't know how good Russell really is, because he, like you say, he's really been only fighting bombs, but he looks like he's got the talent.
Yeah,
and he's got the speed, very fast. One problem is that he's got very short arms, but I'm going with Russell, man. I have to go with Russell.
Yeah, it is one of those fights. There's a lot of variables involved, and it's easy to kind of side either way, because both fighters make good arguments.
And it would be hard if Lomachenko loses, because I mean, how much his stock would drop, because everybody believed that he was going to win against Salido, and most of us are picking him versus Russell. But if he lose again, I mean, where does he move from there? I mean, he doesn't seem to have too many options. Coming from 2 losses and being, a great hope.
Yeah, because you can't even drop down to like European level because it's like, well, you just had, you've been on a world level now. It's going to be hard to drop down. I totally agree with you, Mo. But let's move on to the next fight on that card: Robert Guerrero against Kamagai. To be honest, I've never been the biggest Robert Guerrero fan, to be honest, but I'm picking him over this guy.
That guy's a bum.
Yeah, he's never really interested me, man. But
both of them are bums.
I've never seen Kamagai, so it's hard for me to say. But he does share my name, so maybe I should go for him just because he shares my name.
Man, I'm just interested in seeing Robert Guerrero's dad's fucking crazy antics in the ring.
Yeah, his dad does make the whole night interesting.
Is the fight at 147?
I've not checked, Mark. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's probably going to be.
Yeah, it's 147.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyone else want to mention this? Because it's not...
No. I mean...
He's a bitch for picking a weak fight. That's all I can say.
And a bitch for trying to get out of his contract as well.
Yeah, he's still with Golden Boy, right?
yeah. That ended well.
One thing I have to say, I don't like that he's the main event, man. Why is he the main fight when he's basically in a showcase? We don't know who this guy is. We don't know this Japanese guy. And then you've got a very good featherweight title fight with two guys who are very talented. They should be the guys who are the main fight.
If anything, Devin and Soto Kara should be the main fight.
I'm saying you got a world title fight. That should be your main fight. I don't care if they're small guys. That's two great. That's two good fighters, man. I don't give a shit about Guerrero.
Guys, how do you think the schedule will be for those three fights for Alexander versus Soto Karass?
It's not even three. It's a quadruple header, man. Because Chad Dawson's also on the undercard.
Yeah, I know, but he's fighting. He's a tune-up, though, isn't it? But all right, let's just take those three for now. Gary Russell Jr. versus Lomachenko, Guerrero, Kamagai, Alexander Soto Karass. Who would you put headline, second headline, third headline?
First, I would fire Robert Guerrero.
that completely messes up the whole night, though, Dave. Come on.
Yeah, I would rather have a cab driver in there versus that Japanese guy. Sorry, Robert.
Yo, Robert's peoples are going to come to your house tonight, Dave, man. You better watch your back.
Let him
come.
You freaking woman beater.
But
I think that Alexander Soto Karass should be the main event, and Robert Guerrero should fight first of all, because I mean he's fighting a bomb and he's been inactive for how much time? I mean, 1 year and a half since he fought against Mayweather.
Yeah, it's been a year and a month.
Yeah, 13 months.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
But I kind of agree with Ari. I would put it as Lomachenko's fight as the main headline, and then after that I'd put Devon Alexander, and then the third fight, I'd put Robert Guerrero, so he'd be kind of opening it up after Chad Dawson, because I think the title fight is more of I think that'll be the best fight of the night, in my opinion. Lomachenko versus Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know if they have enough name to...
Yeah. I was about to say, it's most probably because they think that the casuals know Guerrero more because he fought Mayweather last year, so that's why they most probably put him first as the main.
I think that's pretty retarded, man. Soto Karass got a big following out here, and I'm pretty sure Devin does too.
Yo, Ski Mask, where is it? StubHub?
Yeah, StubHub.
Right, so, yeah. I thought, maybe you're right. Soto Karass has got a good following out there, so yeah.
Yeah, but I think
he fought Maidana. He fought Andre Berto. Come on, man. Those Mexicans know those fights, man.
Yeah,
that's true. But I mean, Devon, nobody follows him.
Yeah, I was thinking more Showtime side. I wasn't really thinking of the live in the arena.
Yo, guys, I'm looking at BoxRec now, and it's saying that Devon versus Soto Karass is a 10-rounder.
Yeah.
I'm surprised about that. But on BoxRec, it's saying that Devon versus Soto Karass is a 4-star fight, and the other two are 3-star fights. And Chad Dawson's is a 1-star fight.
1 star. Okay.
Yo, that's terrible, man. That's going downhill.
No, it's because he's lost his last two, innit?
I know that, but still though, it still looks bad. Still looks bad.
Yeah, hopefully he can turn it around, man. But, yeah.
I mean, what do you think about the Soto Karass against Alexander fight? Because I see like really one-sided. I don't think that fight will be entertained at all. I mean, we saw how Alexander handled Maidana, and Soto Karass is not at the same level that Maidana is. So, I mean, it's a good fight. I mean, for both fighters to be active and fight someone decent, but I don't know if that fight will be entertained because I never see Alexander in a good fight.
I kind of agree.
Soto Karass is a kind of a brawler, so
Well, I mean, it's only happening because both these guys just took losses.
Yeah. And Soto Karass lost against Thurman, and previously he lost against Maidana.
No, actually, that was a while back.
Oh,
so
yeah, true.
He came from wins from.
He won against Berto.
Yeah, Andre Berto, and then he won somebody else too before that. I'm trying to remember who the fuck did he beat. But he had like two or three wins before he lost. So yeah.
Yeah, he beat Aiden, Selkirk Aiden.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, and Chad Dawson's on that card as well, like I've mentioned before. But I'm not really looking forward to that fight, to be honest. Anything else you want us to talk about with this card before we just talk about Martin Murray?
Man, hopefully they get fucking tickets to that shit.
Yo, if I lived where you lived, Joe, and I had the night off work, I'd be going to all these events, man. Fuck that shit. You guys are lucky.
Yeah.
You guys get loads of good fights.
Yeah, man. Shit. I'm gonna try to see if I could get some coverage too. So everybody out there, be on the lookout for that shit.
Look out for the black ski mask Joe holding a belt on his shoulder.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to see what's up with these weigh-ins and all that bullshit. So
Ski mask is gonna become a celebrity out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got the return of Martin Murray fighting in Monte Carlo against Matt Bursak. I think it's for the WBC silver title. Ari,
why are they fighting in Monte Carlo?
Yeah, it's Monte Carlo.
Golovkin fought there too. What with Monte Carlo?
It's Murray's with some South American promoter now, and he's got links in Monaco, I think. Because his fight before that was in South America, isn't it? South Africa, actually, yeah. So yeah, but they've got I don't know anything really about the promoter, but yeah, apparently he's got links to Monaco, so he has fights there. And I think they're trying to make the GGG fight. I don't know.
Yeah, Mao is his new contract he signed is with a South African promoter called Golden Gloves, and like Ari said, they've got ties to Monte Carlo, and also with Monte Carlo, it's a tax haven as well. So if you fight there, you don't have to pay tax as well. So I think that's the situation. But I'll be honest, I've not seen this Max fight before.
You didn't? He last fought on Golovkin's undercard when he fought that African. I can't remember his name.
Adama.
Adama. Yeah.
So I have seen him then.
Jarrett Fletcher.
Oh yeah. I have seen him. Yeah, I have seen him then.
The fight was kind of poor. I didn't really.
It was
when I was watching it, but
it wasn't a great
he didn't
fight.
really look that good at all.
No, I think Murray takes him out, to be honest. But the thing about Murray is, against poor opposition, he's not as motivated. Like the guy he fought in South Africa, that was a terrible fight. It was almost like a sparring session. But I think against better opposition, he brings his A game. So hopefully he'll look good. But again, like this Max guy, he's not great opposition. So fingers crossed that Martin Murray turns up, man, because he needs a good win under his belt. He's kind of gone stagnant since the Martinez fight. His career's been on stagnant, especially with his issues with the Hatton Promotions and some of the fights he's been in. They're not been great fights.
Yeah, he cannot go to the United States too, so I mean it's kind of hard for him, to at least get some exposure, because who's going to televise a fight in Monte Carlo? Not even when GGG was fighting there, they televised the fight, had to stream it. So
Exactly, man, and that's GGG. You know, so they're not gonna tell you that as a fight for Martin Murray.
But, I don't know about Murray, man. He's weird, man. It's like he reset his career. Like he was interim WBA champ for like I'd say 1-2 years, and then he's supposed to make the Golovkin fight. It seemed like he ducked Golovkin a couple times, and now the person who's got if he didn't duck him so much, he might have actually even made the regular champ.
Maybe, but we don't know the ins and outs. I'd love.
We don't know, but
I'd love an interview with Martin Murray because I'd love to know. Was it Hatton Promotions that were kind of shying him away from?
Yeah, I think so. But he was supposed to fight Fletcher for his interim belt
in Australia. That was supposed to happen in Australia, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I would say if he fought that fight, because he would have beat Fletcher in my opinion. Because Fletcher's not good. But he would most likely be fighting for the vacant right now with Jacobs, because Fletcher's fighting with Jacobs now for the vacant. So it's like I don't know, it's like Murray the last 2 years has been a waste of time. Since he lost to Martinez, it's been a waste of time.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to have that Fletcher fight in like December or November last year, and then for some reason it just got like put on hold or something, and it's just like it got cancelled.
He backed out for some reason. I
don't know if he backed out or if Hatton pulled it or ticket sales.
Oh man, one of the USA guys is down.
What are you saying, Ski Mask?
I said one of the USA guys is down.
Hey, we're talking boxing, man.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yo, Ski Mask, don't make me dunk on you, Ski Mask.
This guy's knee went out like fucking Martinez. Sorry, guys.
What is his hamstring? But back to boxing, man.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, like Josh in the chat. Shout out to Josh. He's always in the chat every week. He's saying Murray could have fought Quillen. Hatton Promotion stopped it.
And it was quite.
I heard a lot of rumours about Hatton, like his business practices. He's not the greatest promoter, so I think that's why Murray eventually left him, and I think that's why Scott Quigg left him as well. So
yeah, I'm always shitting on Hatton for how he promotes his fighters, like. Yeah, man. It just seems like Murray, like his career, like is kind of going nowhere right now. Like, hopefully he wins this fight and then he somehow gets a shot. But the thing with him, I don't see anyone really give him a shot at the moment because they know he's a live dog, and he can't come over to America. Like the Quillen fight, he couldn't accept it because he couldn't get over there. But you should be able to get a visa for long if you got like his record can't be that bad because guys with records get visas as long as they apply for the fight in months in hand.
Yo, Roos, can you see maybe? I know this is for the WBC interim, but could you see maybe Golden Gloves setting up Martin Murray versus like maybe Sam Solomon? Because I think that's an easy title to pick up because I think Murray beat Solomon easily.
Yeah, I think that would probably be the best route for him. But in terms of the America, I think it depends. I think something like if you've been in prison for 2 years or something, then it doesn't matter what you apply for. They will just not let you in the country.
Yeah.
He had some shit that he did back in the day, so then they wouldn't even look at him, no matter how much he's like putting himself back in the society. So they're not gonna look at him. But the Sam Solomon should be the better option for him. And I can't see anything else from there really.
Yeah, I agree. I think we got a call on line. Let me find his intro.
Jose, it's all about the sexy name.
I'm bringing sexy back.
Jose!
Yeah!
What's
up, guys?
How you doing, Jose?
What's up, Jose?
Oh, just enjoying the World Cup, the two best sports, boxing and the World Cup.
Jose, you've missed the earlier call, but just break down anything you want to talk about. Anything, go ahead.
Well, let's talk about Algieri, man. Why not, right?
Go ahead.
I thought he looked like athletically, amazing, right? The
Sexy.
guy was just very, very good, very sexy. Yeah, very, very, very sexy man for sure.
All right.
But you know what though, man? Without the power, I just think I know, a lot of the boxer fans are going to disagree, but I think when a boxer doesn't have any power, it just really, takes away a lot from his entertainment draw, right? Like there's not really much he can do that's going to be exciting in the fight. Like he's just going to box in and out, and I know for the purists of you guys will love it, but I still thrive the entertainment, the excitement. I like to know that somebody can still have a bit of power and change the fight if they're losing, 4 or 5 rounds down. So I don't see Algieri being this big threat that everybody else does. And, I just think, honestly, that Ruslan got really exposed. He kind of showed that he was a very one-dimensional fighter. And, it was clear. You could see that jab just snapping his neck back. And it's too bad that a guy like Marquez didn't get the chance to beat Ruslan. It would have been good for us to see that. But whatever. So I guess Ruslan's a champion. I mean, not Ruslan. Algieri's a champion right now, but I think if he rolls across anybody decent, he's going to get beat, man. So
yeah, I agree, Jose. Jose, just to go off topic a minute, we got James from the Boxing Voice in the chat. Shout out to James and the Boxing Voice. He says, ask Jose to break down the homeless man hug in New York City. He'll know. What happened, Jose?
Geez,
break
man.
it down.
This was quite awesome. We were in New York, and after the fight, James and I went for a drink with him and his fiance there, and we ran across a guy that was there actually in Cotto's corner, man, and he was telling us, about how he was telling Cotto how to fight and how to hit the body shots on what's it called on Al Martinez, and he was just telling us he was part of the camp, and then. A little bit later, he asked for a smoke. I guess the guy was homeless, eh? But at first, he was really selling it as if he was like almost in the corner, right? So it was quite funny, man. Then he started getting a little too aggressive. So that's when the Canadian and me started, being fearful, and we kind of got out of there. But, it was funny, man. Like New York's a crazy city, man, but there's a lot of crazy people there too, man. That's for sure.
Hold on, Jose. So Ness wasn't there to back you up when he's trying to get physical with you.
No, man. Ness misplaced his car keys, man. He was gone. We were waiting for Ness till like 4 a.m, man.
Shit.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I think Ness was a little bitter because he was quite sure that Martinez was going to win. But hey, having saw the replay of the fight on TV, did you guys not kind of agree that Martinez just got clocked with that left hook to start, and it was a solid shot, man. And I think that's what took him out.
No, you make a good point, Jose, but I made a joke that I think he got hit on purpose so he could make the excuse at the end. That punch kind of knocked him off his game and he didn't recover from it. But no, you make a good point.
Yeah, I think his legs were out for sure, but his legs were out because his head got knocked off, right? And he just had no stability, no equilibrium, right? Because I think that one shot really knocked him off. Now his knees perhaps weren't in the best shape, and his body wasn't in the best shape because he was on such a long layoff. But I mean, to say that his knee was like rubber and just giving out on him, I don't think that's the case. And I think, Roy Jones I love Roy Jones, but he kind of did a shitty job just kind of always talking about it during the fight,
Yeah, you did emphasize it a bit too much.
Yeah. Oh, well. But that's it, boys. What do you guys got?
Jose, what did you think of Andrade?
Oh, he looked pretty good, man. He looked pretty impressive. I just want to see these guys stack up against each other, man. I want to see the good fighting the good, right? So, I mean, it's always easy to say how good they are until they fight somebody, of their level or a little bit better, right? So, I mean, 154, maybe we'll see a Canelo down the road. Who knows, right? Or maybe a Lara, or maybe even stack him up against a Trout first. That'd be interesting.
I think he beats Trout quite easy, to be honest. I think Trout's confidence is super low at the moment.
Well, I mean, just so he can put a name on his resume, right? Just so that he can actually beat like a proven fighter would be good.
That's a good.
And he's kind of a big guy. Hey, do you think he might make the jump to 160?
Yeah, we were discussing that earlier. I think if he can make the weight, stay there for now, but he'll definitely be a force at 160, in my opinion.
Yeah, but who can he fight at 160 on the top rank side? I mean, he said that he could fight a Golden Boy, but he's never fought a Golden Boy, I think.
He could fight Triple G, right?
No, but that's too much, man. That's a huge step up for him.
But he could go after.
Is it really?
He could go after like internationals, like Martin Murray and Sam Solomon, and there's fights for him out there.
I think people got to take the boxers should take a page out of. I know I'm gonna hate to say this, man. Take a page out of Danny Garcia's book. I know that's Ness's boyfriend, but Garcia was pretty much not really a well-known fighter. Then he went up and he took Morales, he took Khan. That just shows what happens when you have balls and you take big fights. If you take a big fight and you win, then you get to take all that guy's fandom and take all his his superstar press with you, right? Like, I mean, I think more guys should take those chances. You don't really lose in a fight like that, right? If he loses to Triple G, he gets the exposure. I mean, so what? He gets beat. They'll always be tomorrow, right?
No, it's true because
but he's a young fighter. I mean, and you have to take care of him. Besides, you're talking about fighting the champion of the 160, and he's fighting at 154. I mean, even though Khan was favored against Garcia, he was coming from a loss.
Yeah, like kind of a very questionable loss, right? And
very
I bet you
questionable. Yes.
The odds were very much stacked against Garcia, right? Like no one, I mean, Ness always repeats that Garcia had to take a cab to the fight, right?
Yeah, but if you compare, I mean, Ken against what is Triple G, I mean, if he would have lost against Ken, then it's okay. I mean, he would have get beat up. But if he takes this fight against Triple G, then there is a serious danger of him, getting destroyed. We all saw Glenn Tapia against James Kirkland, and Tapia was almost dead at the end of the round, the last round.
Yeah, but Tapia fought against Kirkland, who's kind of a mid-level fighter. He's not a superstar by any means now. So, I mean, that just kind of showed the level Tapia was at. Tapia was never going to be a superstar if he got beat by a guy like Kirkland, right? Whereas Andrade, he has an opportunity where he can actually be something special. So, I mean, why not, right? I mean, look at Lomachenko. He went up and he fought. He got beat, but, look at his next fight, right? He's fighting against Russell. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal to lose, man. Everybody loses in every sport. So, I mean, boxers just kind of have to swallow their pride a bit. Like, look at a guy like Thurman. He said it himself, and he's not afraid to lose that O, right?
Yeah, Sean Porter too, but I think that I'm not, I mean, analyzing this from the, if he lost or win from that perspective, just from the perspective of that he's a young fighter and he could be seriously injured against Triple G. I mean, I don't want to rush it that way.
How old is Andrade?
I think he's 25, but let me just double check.
Yeah,
I mean, look at Canelo, man. You speak of a young fighter. Canelo was in there at like 22 against the best in the world. Canelo he fought against Angulo and Trout and Mayweather, and like look at the greatest champions in boxing. They all kind of flourished when they were young, man. No one really hit it when they were 28, right?
Yeah, but I would compare it more to, I mean, all the process that you were speaking about, Danny, and all the fights that he took prior to the Matisse fight, who was the boogeyman of that division. And I think that it was useful to Danny fight against Khan, Morales, and all his previous fight. While I don't think that if Andre fights the boogeyman of a bigger division, I don't think that he has the experience to get into that fight. I mean, he could win. Yeah, I wouldn't deny it. But I think that he needs more experience, at least one fight at the middleweight division.
Oh yeah. No, that's true. I agree with you there. I'm just saying, at 160 in top rank, who could he fight? Like the only really big name that he could fight would be him,
Triple
right?
G.
Yeah, just to correct myself, Andrade's 26.
Yeah.
But Jose, let's get some picks off you, Jose. You've got a busy card at the StubHub this weekend. Who have you got for Lomachenko versus Gary Russell Jr.?
Man, I was a huge fan of Gary Russell, but to be honest, that's kind of the fight that whoever wins, I'll be happy with. But I'll probably go with Gary Russell, man. I think he's got more untapped skill. Great potential there. Let's see if he lives up to it. I think this is the first real challenge he's ever had in his life. So.
See, I wanted to go for Lomachenko, but you're the voice of reason, Jose. So I might have to change my pick and go. Let me find out what Antonio from Albany picks, and if he going for Gary Russell Jr. too, then I'm going for him because you two guys just pick everything correct, man. Like Jose, if you got time in a while, can you give me 6 numbers from 1 to 49 so you can pick my lottery numbers for the weekend, please?
I wish, man. I wish it was that easy. Like Ness says, I only pick the favorites.
Nah, Ness is hating on you and you bit, man. Shout out to Ness, but he was hating on you.
Is Russell the favourite?
He probably is, I think.
I've not looked at the odds, to be honest. Ari, man, have a quick look for us.
But those are the toughest fights to pick, man, when it's like a 55-45 fight or 60-40, because those are the...
Jose, you're breaking up a bit.
Well, I was saying those are the toughest fights to call when they're like 50-50 fights or 45, 55 fights, right? Because anyone can win, right?
Yeah, exactly. But we also got return of Robert Guerrero against Kamagai. I presume you're going to go for Guerrero?
Guerrero, yeah, but I would love to see Guerrero lose, man. I hate that guy. But no, I just don't know the other guy, right? So I just pick the bum. I guess he is the bum. Pick the better bum. But I want him to lose really bad, man, sometime soon. So.
And Devin Alexander versus Jesus Soto Cross.
I want Alexander, man.
Do you think it's going to be like an ugly fight? A lot of holding and just an ugly fight.
No, I think Alexander's gonna not be super exciting by any means, but I think he'll take care.
Breaking up again.
Jose is still there. Jose is gone. But
let me say quickly. If Alexander wins, I want to see him fight Furman because Furman can't find opponents, man. So I want to see him versus Alexander because I would love to see Alexander get knocked out. I can't stand him with his
Thurman would,
and shit.
Alexander would duck Thurman, I think.
Yeah, I know he will, but I want to see it, man.
I think
they need to make. What's going on with Furman, man? Like, let's make a fight, man. Come on, man. Like, that guy's talented.
You know what's making more sense now with some of these boxes where nothing's really happening? You kind of think, is it because of this whole Schaefer situation and have they been promised something? You know what I mean? Like, there might be some shady shit going on in the background, so that's why they're not fighting, or that's why no fights have been announced because they're going to go off and join Schaefer and Al Heyman.
Heyman. Yeah, because he's a Heyman fighter. He's not signed with Golden Boy.
Exactly. So I think something's going to come out soon. That, you know what I mean, that he's going to sign to them. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But guys, you guys want to discuss anything else?
No.
I knew there was a piece of news I wanted to discuss with you guys, but it's completely gone out of my brain. So I think we'll call it a night, seeing as though most people are interested in the football tonight, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
But let me just do the chat room roll call. To be honest though, even though football's on, we've had like an average of 31, 32 people in the chat today, so that's been quite good.
Yeah.
So shout out to me, shout out to Mao, shout out to Cat Strangler, Flomo Bot holding it down, Casual Fan, beautiful name, Ringleader, Ari Gold, shout out to you Ari, Jas, Michael Brigante, LDN Box, I follow him on Twitter, man. He's good fun on Twitter. And James from the Boxing Voice, shout out to James, KM Star of Paragon, John 717, JY, I Am Me, Henry Lyles, Nessmatic, I need to have you a game on Fight Night Ness, it's been a minute. Killishan, shout out to him, English Bum, Antonio from Albany. He's the new voice of reason. I think he's had Skype issues today, so he couldn't call in. But yeah, he's calling everything right at the moment. He called Algieri to beat Provodnikov, so shout out to Antonio. We got Monaco, my UK brethren, Hoslayer, Nothing for Something, Dave the Sinister, Z334, Broner's Brush, Edit Claw, and one guest. And that's about it from me.
Hey Cam.
Yes, Ari.
What you were thinking? Was it about Hearn saying he might start making fights in the US?
No, it was something to do with like a fight that's been announced or something, but I can't remember. I don't know if it was has Kovalev that fight been announced or something.
No, I don't think so. Oh, I think he's fighting. What's that guy's name? Is it Capolero or Camilero?
Yeah, man, this is getting ridiculous now. Like these guys need to be fighting the best, man. Not no guys that no one knows, man. This is getting ridiculous.
It's Blake Caparello.
Like, where's he from? I don't think I've heard of him.
He's from Australia. He's undefeated.
Where are they getting all these Australian boxers from, man? There used to be no boxers from Australia. Now there's loads of boxers from Australia.
He hasn't got power though. He beat Alan Green. Beat Alan Green a few months ago.
He hasn't got power and he wants to fight Kovalev.
Yeah.
I hope he's got a good insurance plan.
Yeah, he beat the guy that Monahan beat last Saturday.
Muriki.
Mercury. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, to me, Kovalev needs to be fighting some of the, some good opposition, man. None of this, like, nobody's that no one knows.
They need to pay Pascal to take the fight, man. I don't like how Pascal's slightly ducking him.
Yeah.
Doesn't Pascal want a belt? Like, what's Pascal really doing? Like, is he just on this thing with his promotion? He just doesn't care. He's trying to make money with his promotion now.
I think that's what he's on, because maybe he sees more money in that and thinks, why should I just kill myself making weight and fighting where I can make more money doing promotion?
Yeah, I'd love to see Pascal versus Kovalev, man.
I'd like to see Pascal versus Kevin's boy, Sean Monahan. I think that'd be a good fight, to be honest. I don't rate Pascal. He only fights for like 30 seconds per round.
Pascal's funny, man. I forgot to say. Did you see I know it was a long time ago, but did you see the Boutte fight where in the last 10 seconds of the fight he would try and get over to his corner so he could sit down?
Yeah. And like, he throw loads of punches, goes to his corner, and then is like, his stool will be ready for him to have a quick sit down.
He waits for the bell.
Yeah, that was ridiculous, man.
I've never seen that before.
And the same fight as well, he did like a Superman punch, like a double-fisted punch. Did you see that?
I'll try. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
If I find a link on YouTube, I'll send it. But it was ridiculous, man. Right, It looked so amateurish. I was like, what? Not even amateurish. It looks stupid. But
Pascal's funny, man.
Yeah. Yo. I think we got Kevin on the line, man. Kevin, you there?
Yo.
What's happening, my boy?
What's up, Cam?
You good?
Chilling.
Yo,
I wanted to ask this dude. Yo, I know Jose keeps bringing up the Sergio getting caught with the left hook. But, like, anytime you get hit, your legs are the first to go. And, like, you see, like, the way Groves got knocked out, his legs bent all the way back. So, like, when you don't have a sturdy or a stable leg and you get hit, your leg can't brace itself. Like, that's your support system. Your legs are all your power for everything, your legs and your neck. And so when you get hit, there's no way you can tell me that his legs were like that for 4 or 5 rounds because he got hit with a good shot, because he's been knocked down plenty of times before and recovered pretty well. And you see every time he was stepping, he wasn't even just like leg were buckling. His front foot was rolling over. His ankle was rolling over. Everything like that. Like his leg was done.
Yeah.
So like I don't think he realizes, nobody's questioning that he got blasted with a good left hook like 30 seconds into the fight. But I mean, when you're going in there with basically no leg and you get rocked like that, you can't catch yourself.
No, I kind of.
But he wasn't even that rocked, though. He wasn't all hurt. Yeah,
he was rocked pretty good, man. He wasn't even reacting to punches coming to him, and Sergio always at least tries being evasive. He's always trying to move. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe at first there, but nah. You could see it in his face. After a couple of seconds, man, he totally got his head back.
Yeah, and he was more frustrated by the second and third knockdowns than anything. It wasn't really getting blasted, but I don't know. He just keeps coming back to that, and I don't know. I just every time you see like highlight reel knockouts, people's legs getting bent back over. It happens all the time. Like you lose control of your body, your legs go. So if you don't have a sturdy leg, that's bad business, man.
But Kevin, anything else you want to mention? Because we're going to wrap up soon. Anything on the weekend's fights that you want to talk about, or any upcoming fights?
Nah, man, it's a great show, man. I was just laughing in class, and I had to step out before I got in trouble. You guys had me going pretty good in there, so I had to step out and go grab some food, and I'm gonna come back in and finish up class.
All right, man. You have a good study session.
Pretty good, Cam.
All right, take it easy, Kevin. Yeah. Yeah, I think Kevin's gone. But yeah, guys, I think we'll wrap it up. I think this is like the shortest show we've ever done in about 3 months.
Yeah, since the beginning.
It's the World Cup, though. It's the World Cup. Guys, we'll call it a day. Thanks for everyone in the chat. Thanks to you guys, Dave the Sinister, Mount Alpha, Ari Gold, and Roos. Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Bye. See ya.
You just listened to the Boxing Coalition.
I did. Man, I love boxing. I fucking love boxing.
A big shout out to the Boxing Coalition.
Kimo got this Boxing Coalition shit going on.
Who the fuck is Ringside Robert?
I'm Ringside Robert, guys.
Hey, if you're a casual fan, go fuck yourself, man.
Daniel, don't take the backseat of the car while you're driving, though. That could be dangerous.
First time I hear the song, man, it was fucking badass.
Vamos a Argentina, la concha de su madre.
I see the bomb in them.
You can't come at the Lebanese prince
Hey, I'm the Arab prince, motherfucker, so I can talk whatever I want, yeah?
I'm never surprised with anything Bob Arum says. I just hope he dies soon.
Do you want to be entertained or you want to see the best fight?
Both.
Yeah,
oh, shit, you just want it all, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's what casual fans want.
Fuck you, man.
You used all your bandwidth this month on the Boxing Coalition. That's what that was.
Hey, come on, man. Don't be jealous, man.
I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous. Fuck that shit. I'm jealous.
How about you tell us what you weigh for your final thoughts?
My weight?
Thanks for listening to the Boxing Coalition. We are live every Monday 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. UK time.